Let's get busy. All right, so I am Ken Canion, your host of Love, Lust, and Lies. And I am one half of the Grand Canyons. I am a relationship coach. What I am is a personal development coach that focuses on relationships. I've been personal developing for a long time, helping people understand why we do what it is we do. Okay? Why we do what it is we do. So today, we're going to get started and cracking into what we do. The title of this show is How Men Test Women. How Men Test Women. Now, the truth is, women test men too. But we all, so what we got to understand is, y'all, when you're in this game called dating, and it is a game because you're trying to figure out, is this person right for me or what's what? So it is a game, and you got to understand, and in this game, there are things that go on in this game. And so what I try to do is root you into the reality, I root you into the perception of a new reality, a new possibility, a new way to do things, a new way to get what you want. And I like this. Melania and I came up with this thing our whole thing is how to attract the man of your dreams while becoming the woman of his dreams. Ain't that dope, y'all? That's what we want to do, and that's what I want to do here today. So I want y'all to share it with as many people as you can. So on this episode, we're going to talk about how men test women. And many times you've been in a test, but you don't know that you're in the test, and you failed the test. You failed the test because you don't know what the hell to do. And so today, I am going to teach you what to do, because when you fail the test, you don't get the result that you want. Okay? You do not get the result you want. So I'm here today to tell you how to pass the test. Start off with the letter that we got today. Y'all, the letter's deep. So listen to this. She wrote and she says, yo, your show is fire, Ken. Dear Ken, your show is fire. I'm telling all of my girlfriends about it. I'm afraid that when you get big, you won't have the time for the individuals like me. That's not true. Anyway, I digress. Been dating a guy for about 2 weeks. He says to me the other day he wanted to text me something. He asked me, was I alone? Was anyone around me? I said no. He proceeded to send me a picture of his penis. I was stunned. I simply responded, wow, not because of the size of it, but because I didn't know why he would do that. What caused him to do that? And I'm writing this because I want to know, what should I have done? Sign, Emily. Sign, Emily. Yes. That is disrespectful, but you got to understand there are a lot of people out there, a lot of ladies out there who are accepting this kind of stuff. And y'all, no man sends a dick pic just haphazardly. He sends it because out there in today's dating world we have become desensitized to things like that. And there are a lot of ladies out there saying, that's okay. If he wanted to send that, let me engage in this. And the ultimate thing that happens is you become, well, I'll tell you what you become later. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Ways men test you. And so I told Emily, I said, Emily, this is a test. And the question is, are you going to pass the test or are you going to fail the test? So I said, I'm going to do my next episode on that. So the first thing I want you to understand is this. Men test women in very different ways. And so today I am going to outline every single way that a man will test you. And what I want you to do is now you will understand later on what the test is. And I'm going to tell you the remedy how to pass the test. Number one, the ways men test women. He will nag you. Nag, N-E-G-G, the word nag, and then it's called nagging. He will nag you. He will start nagging you. Let me tell you what that is. So what it is this right here. I did my notes, my homework, like I always do. Number one, he will start saying off comments about you. Like he might give you an insult. He might insult you and say he was just kidding. He might say something like something critical of you, like you ain't got no big booty. And so he will nag you. And what it is, he's trying to see how you're going to react. So he might say something like, you don't do this. You don't do that. You don't do it. And y'all, there's a science behind. Y'all know I always bring in science. Okay, and he's doing this for a very specific reason. He will talk down to you in such a way where he's just picking at you. He's picking at you. He's negging you. Negging. So he'll say to you, whoa, you need to lose weight in your stomach. Okay, your belly's not flat. Okay, and so what he's doing is, watch this. What he's doing is he wants to see how you're going to react to the negging. And so it's a doorway to control. Now get this, y'all. There was a study done. A study that says temporary insults lowers the self-esteem of the person who's being insulted. Now, what happens when your self-esteem is lower? Then you become vulnerable. Then you become a doorway. Because think about it like this. When your self-esteem guard goes down, it's like, when is the best time to get food? When you're hungry. You want food when you're hungry. A dog, an animal, anybody wants food. A human being wants food when they're hungry. When do you want affection? When you have low self-esteem. And so if I can lower your self-esteem, that boosts me up. Now I can come in and I can capture you and I can control you. It's called negging. You follow me on that? And so, y'all, what happens is, so he might say something offensive, but you don't want to come off overly emotional, or you don't want to be the bitch, so you don't say anything. You let it go. You let it slide. You give him a pass. But that's the wrong thing to do. Because let me tell you the remedy to this. Let me tell you the remedy to this. So the remedy to this, what it does is, it helps, it breaks her down. He starts breaking her down by doing this, breaking her down. But see, the remedy, I'm going to show you this. The remedy is what I call chin checking. Yeah, you know, in boxing, they just keep you at arm's length. They chin check you, right? And so what the chin checking does is, when he says it, you say, well, wait a minute. Wait, hold on a minute. Now, watch this. Don't raise your voice, because this is important, y'all. What I'm about to tell you is this. I'm about to tell you something psychological. The reason why I always tell people, when you're in conflict or when you're dealing with something, a tough subject, you never raise your voice. You always say what it is you believe, say what it is you feel, but you never raise your voice, because now the person that's listening, the receiver, focuses on the message and not the messenger. Now I'll say that again. You don't raise your voice. You don't change your look on your face like, why the hell why you say that about me? No. You're calm. And what you're going to say is, excuse me. That's very disrespectful what you just said. Now notice I'm calm. I'm telling the person how I feel, but I'm not showing how I feel. I'm telling them how I feel, but I'm not showing them how I feel, because now they're forced to focus on the message, and not the messenger. Okay. So you tell them, that's disrespectful. Why would you say something like that? I said, I don't appreciate it. I would rather you not say it. Boy, then all of a sudden, what he intended, the negging, had no effect. You follow me? The negging had no effect. And so what I want you to do is, don't give them a pass. What you have to do is, you got to chin checking, because then he says, wait a minute, this is a woman that respects herself. Okay. And so a man always has to know that you love yourself more than you love him. Now I'll say that again. A man always has to know that you love yourself more than you love him. If a man ever believes that you love him more than you love yourself, he will ultimately abuse you. It's true. When the purpose of a thing isn't known, my late pastor said, the bishop used to say, when the purpose of a thing isn't known, abuse is inevitable. For real. Chin check them. Number 2, what else do men do? What else do men do to test you? This is big. And many of y'all have flunked this damn test. Number 2, they don't text back just to see how you're going to respond. So you text him, right? And he doesn't respond right away. Then an hour go by, 2 hours go by, 3 hours go by, and he doesn't respond. And then all of a sudden, you're getting hot. You're figuring out what he's doing is, he's attempting to see how you're going to respond. Will you keep texting him over and over and over again? Will you get upset? Will you get upset? So he's trying to figure out how you're going through this. So he's testing you. So let me tell you what's happening though. Listen to this. The power to piss a woman off in the first place has been used as an indication of attachment. The power to piss you off has been used as an indication of attachment. How attached you are to me. How attached you are. And so I know if you texting me over and over and over again, if you keep texting me over and over and over again, and you get mad over and over again, I say, okay, I got you. Because what that says to me is I'm controlling your emotions. Y'all, this is powerful. So watch, let me tell you the remedy. You know, I always got to come with the remedy. How do you deal with that when he texts and you don't text back? So what you do, here's what you do. Remedy. What you do is you go to him and you discuss the communication protocol. Now listen to what I just said. And what you do is most people don't discuss the communication protocol. The communication protocol goes something like this. Hey, I noticed that I text you and you didn't text back, and that's fine. That's great. I just want you to tell me, how should we communicate? How should we communicate what is best for you? And then I'll explain what is best for me. If I'd like for you to talk to me 2 days a week, then cool, this is what I like. You discuss the communication protocol, because here's what happens. When you don't discuss it, now all of a sudden you're thinking something, he's thinking something, and he's saying himself, I got her, got her, got her. You discuss the communication protocol. Now, when he breaks the communication protocol, here's what you say. You simply said that, lowering your voice, look him straight in the eye, and smile and say, you said this is how we would communicate. Are you saying something different? Are you breaking that? All I'm simply saying is, this was our communication protocol. We both agreed to that. Now, are you saying something different? Boy, you're going to be like, oh, snap. What kind of woman is this? What in the hell? And see, now all of a sudden, he sees you as a high value woman. I'm not going to argue with you because you don't text me back. I'm going to discuss the communication protocol. And if the protocol is broken, I'm going to withdraw my affection. Y'all don't know how men operate. Y'all, we are big dummies. All you got to do is, we're big dummies. We're simple creatures, y'all. You just got to know how to put the chain around our throat and lead us around. Number three, ways men control you. Ways men test you. Number three, they try to give you subtle orders to do something. Now, you ever been with a man and he says something like this? Hey, baby, go fix me something to eat, okay? Or I want you to go to the post office. Or I'd like for you to go do this. Or I'd like for you to do that. And what it is he's giving you subtle orders to see your eagerness to please him. A man will give you this is the way he tests you. He'll give you subtle orders to determine your eagerness to please him. And what happens is this. What happens is many ladies feel like, let me please him. Let me show that I'm all in. Let me show my eagerness to please him. I'll go do that. You want me to go to the post office? I'll go. Do you want me to pick you up something to eat? I'll cook for you. You want me to do that? And what happens is they are screwing up big time. Watch this. Because here's why. Because when a man asks you to do something and he hasn't earned that authority, what happens, he will always diminish the relationship. He will always diminish the relationship when the man hasn't worked for the authority and you give it to him right away. And so here's what I say to women. Now get this, y'all. This is powerful. Women invest in relationships based on how they feel. Okay? But you should never invest in the relationship. Give to the relationship based on how you feel. You should always give to the relationship based on how he feels. Because what happens is you give more, you invest more in the relationship than he's giving. And when you do that, again, he will devalue the relationship. The way a man thinks is, I gotta work for it. I gotta invest in it. And when I invest in something, it's valuable to me. And so what happens, women, you're making a mistake. What you're doing is you're allowing him not to invest in a relationship. You're giving more, and you're giving based on how he feels, how you feel. So you feel great. I like this guy. I'm really liking this guy. So I'm going to give a lot. I'm going to give a lot. I'm going to give more of myself. I'm going to give him my sex. I'm going to give him my heart. I'm going to give him everything. And he has not earned it. And what happens is he will ultimately devalue it and devalue you. So what you have to do is do not ever, the remedy, don't ever invest more than he's willing to invest, period. Okay? Don't ever do that, because if you do, he'll devalue it. So he gives you an order. Here's what you say. Here's what you say. He says, I like you. Hey, go fix me something. And you can just be again, control your breathing and say, you know what? Maybe later. I don't think you've earned that. In a nice way. I don't think you've earned that. So you know what? We'll talk about it in the future. And he's going to be like, what manner of woman are you? What manner of woman are you? He's like, yo, because men aren't used to hearing those kinds of things from women nowadays. What happens is, if you value yourself at a higher level, he'll value you at a higher level. Okay? But you cannot lower yourself to put a man up, because if you do, he will ultimately devalue you. Number 4. Oh, 4 is so powerful. Oh, y'all, when I be working on this stuff, sometimes I be thinking to myself, this is some good stuff. Some good stuff. Number 4. All right. How a man tests you. And this is big right here. They invite you to their house on the first couple of dates instead of taking you out for a real date. Okay? There's a science behind this. When a man invites you to his house, right? When he invites you to his house, he's attempting to do something. He's attempting to, I talked about this yesterday. He's attempting to minimum wage you. Remember what I said about minimum waging yesterday? When a man minimum wages you, what he's actually doing is putting out the minimal amount of effort to achieve what he desires to achieve. Okay? So if I can come to the crib, I can come to your crib, or you come to my crib, that's the minimal amount of effort. And so what happens is now I associate your brand. Y'all know I talk about brands. Every one of us has a personal brand. Your brand with Pussy Delivery Girl. That's just being honest. Now you come to my crib. I have no investment. I don't take you out. I don't do anything. Now you the Pussy Delivery Girl. And so what happens is you wonder how you fall into this category, and you say, well, why is I falling in this category? This guy won't get married. Because what you've done is you have conditioned him. Remember, y'all know I talk about conditioning, how the mind works. You have conditioned him to see you a certain way. Okay? And so if you want to change that, you have to recondition what he sees. Men don't go on what you say. Men go on what you do. So what is the remedy for that? The remedy for that is simply this. Make him invest in you. Make him invest in you so you can condition him that I'm valuable and what I do is valuable. Thus, this relationship going to be valuable, or it ain't going to be no relationship at all. You got to be willing to walk away. Because the thing about it is, if you're willing to go, right, Paulette, the picture in his mind. I talk to y'all about that all the time. He has a picture in his mind. If the picture in his mind is you coming over, me bending you over, and next thing after that, I go home, all right, then I'll let you, I'll call you. That's the picture that he sees of you. Even if you say no, you cannot come over. You have to take me out, invest in me. I'm more valuable than that. And then again, don't raise your voice, control your breathing. And here's what you say. You say, I'd love to come over. However, it's a bit early for that. You know what I'd like to do is go out on a real date. I like to go out to this restaurant. Here's what I like. I like to go to this movie. Why don't we go to the park? Why don't we go to the zoo? Invest in me, fool, because I'm not giving you this. I ain't giving you this. And what happens is you guys, so many women are willing to invest everything, and he's willing to invest nothing. Thus, your personal brand is tainted. It's tainted. And the last thing, Ooh, 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 ooh. Here's the last one. The situationship test. The situationship test. If you hear nothing else I have to say, you have to listen to the situationship test. Here's what the situationship test goes. So you've been dating a guy. You've been dating him 6-8 weeks, okay? And you like the guy. And y'all been doing relationship stuff. Now here's what I'm going to tell y'all. Here's the thing. A man will always do the situationship test. And the situationship test goes kind of like this. You've been dating him. Y'all been going out. You've been doing it. And all of a sudden, you begin to like him. You've been giving him your cookies. Hopefully you haven't. But anyway, you've been giving him your cookies because that's more like. And then when you give him your cookies, you ask him that dreaded question from a man. And that dreaded question from a man is the dreaded question of, what are we doing? Where are we going? It's two questions. What are we doing and where are we going? Every man knows when I hear that question, it causes my heart rate to go up some. What are we doing? Where are we doing? Now get this. So when he says that, and I'm going to tell you the situationship test is big and most women fail it. You fail it miserably. Thus, you stay in a position that you're in and you never attract the guy of your dreams while never becoming the woman of his dreams. So when he asked the question, the guy says to you this. I've said it years ago. I said it. Same shit I be telling y'all. I said it. I did it. That's how I know. I said, I ain't ready to settle down. I don't want no relationship. Okay? I don't want no relationship. You know, we just kicking it, whatever. Right? And so what I'm trying to do is smooth it over so things can continue the way they've been going. Because I don't need anything else, right? I like it the way it is. Because you're telling me this commitment is causing me to have to want to change my behavior. All right? So watch this. Women don't ever fail this test again. So when he says, I don't want to be serious, I don't want a title, I don't want to do any of that. Here's what you say. Now, by this time, you probably have an affinity for him. You may even have fallen in love. So here's what you do. This finna throw him off. I'm finna change the game up. So what you say is this. You say, okay. Because first of all, let me say, before I tell you what to say, y'all, here's the thing. Why would I buy the cow if I can get the milk for free? If everything I want from you, I'm already getting it, why do I need to put a ring on it? Why would I do that if I'm already getting all the privileges that go with a relationship without the commitment of a relationship? So why would I do that? Okay, does it make sense? So this is what you do. You say this. Even if it hurts, I don't care if it hurts you. But this is what you do. You say, hey, you said, you know what? You know what, Ken? Everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody. You, me, all of us deserve to be happy. So here's what I want to say. I like more. I like more in a relationship, and that's not where you are, and I understand that. I respect that. Here's what I want to do. I want you to go out there, and I want you to date. I want you to go out and find the woman of your dreams, because I'm obviously not that in. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out and I'm going to date. I'm going to go out and find things, and we will just be friends. And I respect you. You respect me. Thank you so much. Okay, don't raise your voice. Even if it hurts, y'all, don't let them see you sweat. Tell them, go. And you walk away. Now, let me tell you what's going to happen. What's going to happen is, number one, he's going to see you as a high value woman. Number two, any woman, remember I've told you this before, I'll say it again. Any woman that's willing to walk away, if you're willing to walk away, that means he will never control you. I told y'all what my dad said. Some of you are new to my program, but I've told you what my dad said. My dad said one time, he said, son, I don't care who it is, a person or a thing, always be willing to walk away, because if you're willing to walk away, that thing will never control you. Watch this. Whenever you tell him, go date other people, see what you want. Maybe I'm available. Maybe I'm not. I'm dating somebody else. I might even be married. We're just friends. Put that fool in the friend zone. Withdraw all of the benefits that he's been getting. You have to withdraw all of the benefits. He can't get the cookies no more. No more pushing for you. No more all of this. Stop it. Because what happens then is he says, here's two things happen. Number one, he sees you as more valuable than he did before because you're willing to walk away. Number two, if he is the person for you, because the truth of the matter, that's what happened in my relationship. He will come back. He will come back and he will give you the thing that you desire. Because what did I say yesterday, y'all? A woman is the gatekeeper of sex, but a man is the gatekeeper of commitment. And if commitment is what you want, I cannot give you anything that, if it's commitment I want, I cannot give you my best to get your worst. Oh my God. Y'all, I'm on the phone. I'm on here too long. I got to go. Listen, I cannot give you my best and you give me your worst. Then if he does, he will always devalue you. That's it, y'all. I ain't got nothing else. Here's your homework. Write to me any of these things that you have done and tell me what you're going to do in the future. Any of these things that you have done in the past, and I want you to tell me what you're going to do in the future. I appreciate all of y'all. All of you, I appreciate. Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. Y'all, anyway, y'all have a great, great day. Be safe out there in these streets or at home. Other than that, I'm Ken Canion. I am your host of Love, Lust, and Lies.